What up, our first family? This is Reggie Wright and John. We got a special guest. From those of y'all that was big on the radio on the 92.3 The Beat and the West Side Radio back in the late 90s, mid 90s until the early 2000s, and even until now, online, we got the legendary. Y'all out of town might not know it, but anybody that was in LA at the time, y'all know this man. Because he was real popular. Matter of fact, for y'all that's Death Row fans, I know it wasn't too many of y'all because y'all didn't buy it, but anyway, he was on this album cover for us on the Takeover, when the gentleman that got tied up by all the young ladies in the radio studio, Mr. Julio G on.
Yes, sir.
Thank Julio
you,
G, welcome to Bomb First.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be getting down with you, man.
Yeah, John's gonna ask you a couple of questions right quick because this John show.
I want to just clear up so people know that album is called Too Gangster for Radio. That was on Death Row.
They know me. Hey, Julio, they know me. They know I'm always messing up shit.
It's all good. And I did myself and Tony G did the Little Ghetto Boy remix for the Death Row's Greatest Hits. If you ever listen to that. Okay. Yeah, so we produced on that also for Death Row.
Nice.
Cool, but thank you for having me. I appreciate it, man. It's good talking to you, Reggie.
Yeah.
You too. John, go ahead.
Yeah, so we wanted to play this interview you did with Biggie and Puffy in 1996. I think it was November of 96.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, and before we got into it, I just wanted to see if you had any memories or a backstory or anything before we get into this interview that you did.
Well, the backstory on that, how that interview came about, was that at the time, when I had West Side Radio, it was basically for people that, to give you a little backstory on it, it was a Friday night show that was on for 2 hours from 8 to 10 p.m. Mm-hmm. And when I had my radio show that was from 6 to 10 p.m., but on Fridays I would do that 2 hours was specifically West Side Radio. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people know me for that because it was the only show that ever played just all West Coast. And it broke pretty much 90% of the West Coast artists because it all kind of came from there, So mm-hmm. I was and at the time in the 90s in LA, everybody else on the radio was really into hip hop. You know what I mean? And I was into hip hop too, and I was playing it, but nobody was really playing the West Coast. Everybody was into Nas and Biggie and mm-hmm. J. Rue the Damager and Gangstar and all that. It was just I did too, but Friday nights was just specifically West Coast. So that's what sort of separated me from people. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And so one day I get a call, and it's like. This East Coast, West Coast thing had been going on already, mm-hmm. but on my end on the radio, I was pushing the West Coast.
Right.
So I would respond back to certain things for the East Coast. So I am kind of guilty about on that side of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So they called me and they said, "Hey, Puffy and Biggie want to come on and they want to talk and they wanted you to do it." Because they listening to you. You got the West Coast like basically in the palm of your hand. You know what I mean? So, mm-hmm. And I said, okay, I don't put East Coast artists on West Side Radio.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, but they want to really do it on West Side Radio because that's the people they want to talk to. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make an exception for them because I actually like Biggie. Like he was cool, and I had no issue with Puffy or Biggie. You know what I mean? But I had met Biggie a little earlier, so he was a very nice guy. So. And I wanted to give them their chance to speak to, and cool, let's do it. And so I went to that interview specifically was recorded outside of the radio station. I went to record that at the how can was that?
How can be down?
The Hold Me Down video.
Oh, Nobody Hold Me Down. Yeah.
Oh. Yep. Yeah. Ain't Nobody Can Hold Me Down. Mm-hmm. You know that one? Yep. Okay, so they were shooting that video. So I did that in a trailer. Mm-hmm. At that video shoot.
Okay. And that was out here in California?
That was in Cali. Yeah, okay. It was in Cali.
Gotcha.
So that's why I went to do it, and then I ended up playing it. I lost the actual tape because I never had, when I recorded it, the actual radio station, they went and put it on a reel for me to play it on the air. Mm-hmm. So I never had like a copy of the actual recording.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't until years later, not too long ago, this kid had it recorded and he sent it to me. Mm-hmm. And that's why I ended up putting it up and posting it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys posting it too, because it's some hip hop history right there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so people could kind of understand at that moment what was really going on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
With that said, we'll roll into the interview.
You know what's a trip is like, you know, when Biggie first came out, it seemed like, man, everybody was just so on Biggie, and the fans still are. But I mean, like, you know, like in the, you know, music industry, it was like Biggie, the King of New York, and Biggie this, Biggie that, and all of a sudden, you know, it seems like after you start selling a certain amount of records, all of a sudden it's like, oh, nah, he's not cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's a trip about the business.
I think that's why, I mean, it's important. Like, you know, in Bad Boy, we try to stress the importance of our friendship, the importance of family, the importance of, you know, having some sort of connection with God. Because, like, this is an industry, this is just a business. The fans, they're not taking it personal. They're in it for the entertainment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things may go down, that's entertainment. And a lot of people may not peep it like that. But we don't take it personal. We got to really understand, like, if all this was gone, because it could go any day. The fans could flip on you and not like your style no more. You could lose your ear. I mean, you know, you've seen people that have sold 10 million and then go to selling nothing. And, you know, and that's a traumatic feeling if you don't have God, your family, or your friends. So I think that's what it's been able to get us through everything to stay focused. It's like anybody that's made a record about us or made a negative statement about us, we never made a negative statement about them. We never made a record about them. We stay focused on what we have to do. We gotta realize that most of these people that are rapping right now, they like 30 years old, 27 years old. That's really kind of ignorant to be talking about childish stuff on records or worrying about the next man. You know what I'm saying? We should be being grateful, and instead of being divided and conquered, we should be together, trying to get together, make more money together, taking hip-hop to the next level together. And as far as all the BS bi-coastal east-west stuff, just for the record, we love people from everywhere. We make music for people from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We from the East Coast, but we still make music for everybody. If it wasn't for the West Coast, if it wasn't for the West Coast labels and the West Coast rappers, we kind of like studied a lot of stuff, and the way y'all marketed your stuff out here, and the way y'all were able to make universal records. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it would be disrespectful for us to not respect where this comes from. We get a lot of sales from out here, and also there's people partying over here just like anywhere else, and it's like so ignorant to even be talking about anything like that. You know, for another year, it needs to stop right now. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this interview. We love y'all just like we love everybody else. You know what I'm saying? All we want is love, and we want to give off music that gives love, and that's it.
Let's talk about, because now that you brought the East-West thing, let's go back to the Source Awards, man, because do you think that's where it kind of started from? Because I know the Source Awards, it was when people are saying when Mr. Knight went on the stage and said his comments about you or kind of said something towards you or whatever. I mean, you were there that night. I think maybe, from what I've heard, some West Coast artists felt kind of dissed because they said like New York was kind of booing them when they were winning and stuff. I mean, you were there that night. Is that how it went down and the whole thing?
I mean, to be honest, I think the media started it there, if anything. I don't think like the rappers that were there took it personal, you know what I'm saying? Snoop cleaned up, Death Row cleaned up. They wasn't like mad like where it was like a coastal situation, you know what I'm saying? It was just something, it was a comment that was said, and it was geared towards me, and it was something personal between me and that man, you know what I'm saying? But the media went and took it and blew it out of proportion, and it was even to a point where I had spoke to him after that, and we was at an after party, and you know, we had stuff cleared, but the media just kept on hyping it up, you know. But I mean, it didn't really matter to me. I won 6 awards that night. I was happy. I wanted to party. I ain't care about no negative statements. You know, I wouldn't have used my time on the mic like that.
Do you think that the media is really to blame for, like, because, you know, like the media has made a lot of, like, let's say, money off it, because it's magazines after magazine, you know, interview after interview, and this and this and that. What do you feel like? You think the media had more to do with it?
Man, I think the media had a great deal to do with it, but also I don't want to really pass the buck, you know what I'm saying? Us as individual people, not saying us, I mean a lot of the fans out there that maybe got caught up in it, I just feel like it's important for them to be smarter, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like some artists that got caught up in it, it's important for them to be smarter. That's real ignorant, you know what I'm saying? Like the time that we spend on talking about that, when we could be spending time talking about things that are more positive, it's just a trick that we falling for to be divided, you know what I'm saying? Rap right now is selling too much, you know what I'm saying? Tupac just did 650 some pieces one week, you know, it's 50,000 pieces one week. Snoop just did 450, you know what I'm saying? You had the Fugees with 5 million. You have rappers dominating the charts over the last year, and it's making situations nervous, you know what I'm saying? We getting so much power, not just from a musical aspect, it could be even bigger than that. It could be a political aspect, but it doesn't, we're weak as long as we're not together and our game ain't tight. So, you know, people try to throw little tricks in there, and we just falling for them, like East Coast, West Coast, and we talking about it for going on a second year right now, and it's nonsense. We need to move on to more positive things.
Biggie, what do you feel on it, man? I mean, there's been a lot involved with you, and, you know, everybody knows you and Tupac. It's been back and forth. Not even back and forth. I don't really think you really came out and said nothing. People have kind of put it in you that the Who Shot You record was for him, and, you know, that's just been rumors and all that kind of stuff. What do you feel on all that, man?
Yo, man, I don't care. Yo, it don't. That's like something that don't affect me. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I hear the extra nonsense, I just look over. I got my own things to do. You know what I'm saying? I got kids, yo. I got peoples I need to take care of. I don't really be stressing that, you know.
So what's going on with Biggie right now? You working on your new album? It's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, like after I finished my joint, I did the Dream Mafia album. Just finished the Kim album, and I'm working on my joint. We're supposed to be dropping on Valentine's Day.
Let me give you props on the Little Kim record, man, because that record is hot. Junior Mafia definitely is a hot album too, and all that. But I wanted to ask, and y'all can answer. Any one of you two can answer this. Do you feel like you wanted to be squashed, or is there not just even no beef on your side? I mean,
to us, there ain't never been no beef, you know what I'm saying? As far as shots taken at us, all that could be, all the verbal stuff is cool, you know what I'm saying? As long as it don't get to nothing, whereas it's physical. And we just happy to be in the game, you know what I'm saying? To be having a job and making the money we making. We ain't trying to throw it away by getting blessed with all this money and acting like a bunch of ignorant monkeys out there, you know what I'm saying? And we're not even gonna permit it to go there. I mean, and as far as is it being squashed, if that's what somebody wants to say, like I want to squash for the fans to realize it's squash, for people to come together, we'll say that first. We don't want no problems with nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? But we can handle problems with anybody, basically. You know what I'm saying? We know how to just keep on moving, keep our focus. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about this because I don't want to be too much on the East-West thing. You know, I just wanted you guys to express and give you guys a chance to express your side, because I know that you guys really haven't had a chance, to express your side of it. But let's talk about Puff Daddy and the new Puff Daddy record that's coming out. What's going on with all that, and what made you do all that, the Puff Daddy record?
I mean, I did the record because basically I felt like I wanted to do it, and I wanted to have some fun, and my boy, he amped me up to do it, Biggie, and also it's like a compilation record. It's a way to get all my new artists broken on it, and me to let off some creative, artistic steam. Yeah.
Puffy wants to shine. He's already shining. Puffy, all y'all are shining, man.
Hard to see you shining, you know what I'm saying? He wanna get on the mic, and that's a dream of his. That's a dream of his.
But you know what, you guys? What I like about Bad Boy, man, is that you guys put out very good records, quality records, and everything you guys do. Like Biggie, everything Biggie's ever rapped on has just been like #1, and like the 112 record that's just out is like boom, that exploded. I mean, everything you guys touch, gold, platinum, and all that. How do you guys keep it all together between all y'all, man? You know what I mean? Because the media, the people on the street saying this and this and that, taking pop shots from left and right, but you guys are still here doing your records and all that. How do you keep it together?
That's how we do it. We stay with us, you know what I'm saying? I don't go out without my people puffed on. We all in one circle, you know what I'm saying? If it ain't right, it's not getting done. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no yes men with us. We could all take creative criticism. If it ain't pumping, it's not coming out. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, no matter how long you've been writing it. If it ain't right, it ain't coming out. You know what I'm saying? Duke got a golden ear. he know what's gonna be right. You know what I'm saying? So we listen. Whatever comes out, it's gonna blow.
I want to ask Biggie, man. I want to ask you about your new record because I know a lot of people are waiting to hear what Biggie's gonna come with. I mean, a lot of people are really waiting for it. Is you gonna come with some surprises on this new album? I mean, maybe content-wise or lyrically.
Well, you know, you would figure like all the drama and all the Biggie this, Biggie that, you wouldn't even realize that I only have one album. You know what I'm saying? You figure like I'm from the old school or something. But I'm a youngin', you know what I'm saying? I'm a freshman, so this is my second joint. So I'm definitely on some proving myself. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody like, yo, can he do it again? And whatever. Yo, to me, this joint is not even a sophomore album. I think like we on like a junior, senior stage right now. Lyrically, I'm a lot stronger lyrically. I got a lot more to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Back then when I first came out with Ready to Die, I was stressed. I was dead broke. So only thing I was dropping was my frustrations, you know what I'm saying? Now I've seen so much. Life after death is like the Ready to Die was dead, you know what I'm saying? And like I done did everything I could to come up out of it. And now I'm just overlooking everything I've seen so far, like the industry, everybody just praying for Bad Boy to just demolish, you know what I'm saying? They don't even want us to make no more music, you know what I'm saying? So I just rap more about that, you know what I'm saying? My kids, everything that happens to me, you know what I'm saying? I just rhyme about. So lyrically, crushing them like a grape, man.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
I want to just interject for a second, just so the fans, please don't go buy that album if you think you're going to hear a whole bunch of controversy and negative energy and Biggie letting off steam. I don't even want you to buy it. All you're going to hear is hits. Hits. We don't have no time to talk about nobody. We don't care what they said. We don't care. We just going to make records like they ain't even been no talk. You know what I'm saying? We just going, a lot of people, that's how they sell their records, off of what they said about this one or what they think about that one. This is not a personal thing to us. You know what I'm saying? It's personal. It's not our personal business out there. The only thing that's personal about it is that we want y'all to be happy. This is an album that we wanted the fans from east to west, north to south to be happy. It's just hits. It's just hits. And I'm not lying. And if you don't like it, please return it. This has a money back guarantee. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of these albums coming out right now. Man, it's disrespectful to the fans. Y'all spending too much money. Please, I'm begging you, if you don't like this album, return it. You can listen to it and return it. Money back guarantee.
Money back guarantee from Bad Boy. I wanted to ask Biggie this. Because, like, we talking about lyrically, man, it's like, a lot of people, even when I have them on a show, like, we might have an artist in there, and there might be, like, a song playing where you might be, like, the 112 record, you just kicking one verse or whatever. It's like, they might not say it out on the street all day or maybe on a record, but they'll sit there and be like, hey, man, Biggie's tight, man. Damn, homeboy can bust. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people say that in the studio when we're doing a radio show. Like, man, that dude can bust, man, and this and this and that. But do you feel that, Biggie, do you feel that you're the hardest MC out?
Definitely. Definitely.
You don't think nobody can serve you? You think you serve everybody?
Definitely.
Julio G. Jams, Westside Radio on 90.
Times Day Massacre, breaking a lot of hearts, you know what I'm saying? We trying to get on some February 14th. That's how we're really trying to come at him. It's really all on him, you know, he the president. Everything roll on him, you know what I'm saying? I'm almost done though. I'm almost done.
Oh, we can't wait to hear that one right there, and the Puff Daddy record. Is it Puff Daddy and it's Puff Daddy and?
I mean, it's just it's Puff Daddy and the Goodfellas, Hell Up in Harlem. So Harlem is a place in New York.
When is that album coming out?
That'll be out after Biggie's album. After his is up and running, and we're gonna piggyback on the top of that. And we're just gonna have this big old Bad Boy tour. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you that. I should have asked you this when we were talking about the East-West thing, but I know that. Has it made it a little harder for y'all to come out and tour and all that because of the whole thing?
Not at all. We don't be having problems like that. It just don't be, a lot of it be hype and stuff. Like, when we see people don't like, it don't be problematic like that. It's a lot of hype that you hear about. But I never even heard the hype that we got problems like somebody want to do.
You gonna always have your knuckleheads. You gonna always have your knuckleheads on some, extra wanting to be in the hype, but I mean, what's that one person? You know what I'm saying? We here for a reason. We do our job, we get our paper, and we move on.
Puffy, I wanted to ask you this question, man. A lot of people. Well, I mean, I don't want to keep saying a lot of people, but like I've heard some albums. I'm not gonna name off the albums. People say that Puffy's style of producing is just, he just grabs a rap beat, somebody's like rap beat and puts some singers over it, and that's not R&B, this and that, and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. What do you feel on that? Because, even your production takes criticism because people are maybe mad because you're selling millions of records or what you're doing.
I feel like there's a lot of people out there every day that, a jack a beat, but it won't sell. It won't sound right. It won't make them feel the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my styles, is like jacking a beat. That's one of the styles I innovated, came up with. It works, and also, it's like at times I like bringing back the feeling of old, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm claiming, it's not like a mystery, like I went in and created this beat, you know what I'm saying? You listening to James Brown and Puffy flipped it, you know what I'm saying? Why would you be mad at that? You listening to it, you enjoying it, you feeling a little bit of James Brown with a little bit of Total and Biggie, and you happy. And I don't have to use a sample now, you know what I'm saying? But if that's what I feel, and that's what I'm gonna deliver, and that's my style. I feel a lot of people get criticized for style. My whole thing is that when it come on in a club, you're gonna hear the noise. You're gonna hear the you know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff, it may not sell 5 million, you know what I'm saying? I'm a 1 million, 2 million man. May not sell 5 million, but you gonna hear a good 50, 60%, no matter what coast you're on, no matter what hype is going on. When it's time to rock the party, you're gonna have a little bad boy hour, half an hour, that's gonna go down, and it's gonna rock the party. It's gonna make you feel good, and that's what my job is. This is a job to me, and it's personal to me to make the fans out there happy, you know what I'm saying? If I got a jacket beat to make them happy, if I got to make something from scratch to make them happy, that's what I'll do.
Right. You know what? I wanted to give you props on that though, man, because I was talking to some other people and they said the same thing. That's like, he might, do some beats that I heard somewhere else or whatever, but the way he does them is different. Especially like the record you got out now, the one that you're doing a video for. The Message, that was a classic. And then when Cube did it for Check Yourself, it was like, wow, I didn't think nobody else can touch that. But then when I heard yours, like, man, when Puffy got down on his, you know what I mean? You still brought it back and put your own style and your own flavor to it. So definitely I'm going to give you props on that, man, in the record and everything.
There's always going to be criticism, and you just have to be happy with the people that like it. And hope the people that don't like it, maybe they'll like something one day, or if they don't, then it's still all good. You can't please everybody.
Right. Let me ask you, Puffy, and Biggie also. You both can answer this question. It's like, I know you guys are real busy, Puffy. You're probably like a unique person in the music industry because you're probably the only person that owns a record label, directs videos, produces the records, raps on the records, and all that. How do you have time? How do you have time for all that, man, to do all that?
I don't know at times, you know what I'm saying? I know sometimes a lot of people, I know at times I may be extra, you know what I'm saying? I may be doing too much, but I feel like a lot of times I'm going to do something because I feel like it needs that, or it's going to add to it, or nobody can do it better, and nobody can understand the vision that I'm trying to give off, you know what I'm saying? It ain't an ego thing where like I just want to be seen or heard on everything, or I want everybody to know it's bad boy, bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm going to just do what I feel, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just handle the criticism and take it from there.
Biggie, how about you, man? How do you put your thing together? Because I know, like, working on the album, like you said, it's your sophomore album, and I'm sure a lot of pressure's on you right now to, everybody, like I said, everybody wants to know what Biggie's going to come with. How do you, get yourself to work on this record and lyrically and everything?
What we do, we just go in the studio, man. I get the hot track, and it's just going to all develop. It just all develops. I know I can't just come with the same thing. I know I got to come to another level. And Duke be helping me out. He let me know, you should talk about this. This idea right here never been touched. Flip on this person, you know what I'm saying? You know how the industry's doing, do this, you know what I'm saying? Flip it this way. And then my peoples be like, you should do something like this. So, it's all within the family.
But does it make it a little easier, though, in a sense, because you are Biggie now and people are totally feeling you?
Not at all, because you don't got to cop that. I done seen so many artists come out, first album, banging, second album was nothing, and they just disappeared.
Right. Puffy, let me ask you about Bad Boy, man. Man, you guys got a roster. You got Faith, you got 112, you got Biggie, you got yourself, and all that. What's next for Bad Boy, man?
Right now we got a gospel album we're working on, which it's a charity album, and it's like an album with the beats that I make and the vibe from the ballads to the up tempos. And has artists on it like Biggie's on it, Heavy's on it. You have 112. You have Tony Braxton. You have Faith. You have Karen Clark, Commission. You have Brian McKnight, Joe. I mean, you got so many people on it. I don't want to forget nobody, you know what I'm saying? SWV, Monica. And it's like a positive album, you know, and it's giving props to God, you know what I'm saying? The bottom line is we get through a lot of our stuff because of God. I mean, we get through all our stuff because of God. We make all our hits because of God. And young kids out there, they recognize that, yeah, they wear the Versace, or they drink the champagne, or they do this, and they, you know, they this and that, but they also got to know we are who we are because of God, and that God could help you through anything, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you can't be phased, you can't be weakened as long as you got him by your side. And that's one thing that Bad Boy's doing right now. And then another thing is we have Daddy's House social program for underprivileged children, which is a part of our organization, which gives back to the inner city communities, like computer camps for kids, teaching them about the internet and the superhighway and multimedia, so our urban kids won't get shut out of the 21st century of communication. We have summer camps, boys and girls clubs, all of that, you know what I'm saying?
What would you like to see, Puffy, man? And you're in the middle of a video shoot. I don't mean to like hold you up, but what would you like to see, man, in the business go on? I mean, yourself as a young black man that's an entrepreneur doing your thing, what would you like to see in the whole hip hop business happen?
I mean, I would like to see, first of all, everybody's, you know, chill for the next couple of years. Stop throwing up the sets from whatever coast you from. Let's make rap universal. Let's take it overseas and really start getting a lot of real paper. Let's go over to Japan and start doing the Michael Jackson shows. Scandinavia, Switzerland, Africa. Let's get together. I want to see Biggie and Snoop on a record badly. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see Biggie and Ice Cube on a record. I would love to see me and Dre producing something, or me and Daz, or Mobb Deep and whoever, or Nas and whoever, us just being able to work and do records together, shows together, tours together, and everybody just to, you know, be grateful to be alive, be grateful and not take life for granted, be grateful to be in the industry that we're in, and blessed to do the things that we're able to do. I mean, I would like to see that for hip-hop, and I would like to see hip-hop become more intelligent and start talking about bigger issues, you know what I'm saying? From political issues to things that have to do with life, to things that have to do with our next generation of hip-hop culture.
Biggie, what about yourself, Biggie? What would you like to see as an MC, man? I mean, you know, what would you like to see in hip-hop, you know, in the future?
I basically just want to see people that do my craft, you know what I'm saying, step up and don't think they're going to be an MC, you know what I'm saying, for the rest of their lives, you know what I'm saying. Me being with him, he schooled me so much, you know what I'm saying, as far as the business. He the one that got me into getting my own label with the Junior Mafia Project. He's the one that's telling me to take my money and put it into different things, you know what I'm saying, just upgrading myself, you know what I'm saying. I want all MCs, anybody that's involved with what I'm doing, to do the same thing. Let's try to step it up, and don't, because this rap music, I mean, it's dope and everything, and it's making a lot of money, but you don't want to be a 30-year-old rapper. I know I don't. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't want to be that. I want to be able to just be sitting behind the desk and getting much more money than I would be grabbing a mic. You know what I'm saying?
Is there anybody special on there that you did like collaborated with? Any other MCs on there?
MCs?
Yeah.
Nah.
Just Junior Mafia?
Not even the Mafia. I think I'm supposed to do a song with Kim, but she working. I just got so many joints by myself, man. I try to come off like that. I notice a lot of albums, a lot of collaborations, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's on a joint. It's like this barely their album. A lot of solo artists, they got like maybe 3 or 4 songs by themselves, you know what I'm saying? You get a strong 10, 12 joints with me all alone, ripping, destroying the track, because I'm by myself. I'm a solo artist. It ain't no group. You know what I'm saying? I'm big, but I ain't no group.
Let me ask you, man. I know you got to get out of here because we're doing a video. You guys are doing the video thing, but I wanted to ask you, man. I really don't like to touch too much on the Tupac thing, especially now that he's passed away. May he rest in peace. But how did you feel about all that went down, especially, you know, on the records, because there was a lot of hardcore stuff said on records. I mean, did you ever really have any personal beef with him yourself on your end?
I mean, when he was doing all the extra, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really paying no attention. It was just the wife situation that kind of touched me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Him just on some real, you know what I'm saying, real abrupt about the whole situation, you know what I'm saying? That kind of was kind of touchy because me and her was on some touchy basis at the time, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the music, it didn't faze me a bit.
Let me ask you about one thing. I really like, when I do like my interviews, I don't like to get too personal on people's personal lives and stuff, but I just wanted to ask you this. I want to make an exception, I guess, today, because a lot of people, and even myself, like Jay-Z's record, The Brooklyn's Finest, that record was the bomb. You said a line on there, you said something about Julio's too hot or whatever. If Faith has twins, she probably have two Pacs, and you said, get it, two Pacs. Was that a diss towards Tupac? Was it a diss towards Faith, or was it even a diss at all?
It was a diss, but I was just upset at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm just that type of person, you know what I'm saying? I just did that. You know?
So just one of those things that at that moment, that's how you felt, and just put it down like that?
It was kind of funny to me. Everybody laughed when I did it, but, you know, I don't care. I'm my own person, you know?
I want to thank you, though, Biggie and Puffy also, man, for you know, putting it down on Westside Radio today with us.
No problem, man. Thanks a lot, Joe, for having us up here. And we will be back.
That's right, Joe.